Hello, I'm Mario Toneguzzi, managing editor of Canada's podcast. Joining me today is Julie Bednarski, who is founder and CEO of Healthy Crunch. Thanks for joining us today, Julie.
Well, thank you so much, Mario, for having me today.
Well, this past weekend, yourself and many thousands and hundreds of thousands of small businesses in Canada just embarked on this kind of new new episode in retail where the GST and HST was a holiday break for consumers. How did it go for you?
Well, for us, it wasn't that bad, but talking to some other retailers, some of my friends that own retail shops, it's been a little bit of a challenge. I think this kind of came on us very fast. We only got 2 weeks notice, which is challenging, especially right now because it's the busiest time of the year for most retailers and most businesses. Right, everyone's trying to wrap up things for the year. Stores are probably having one of the biggest, busiest times right now, just because it's holiday, Christmas shopping for all those gifts too as well. So I know it might be a holiday for consumers, but for retailers, I think it's more so of a nightmare just to sort of change things up in their systems and get their new processes flowing with this holiday GST exemption.
So did it go okay for you in terms of that transition of making sure everything was in place?
For us, because our system, how it flows, and because most of our products either fit into two categories. It's very simple. You're either a grocery, let's say, baking chips or jams, which are normally exempt, and then we have all snack food. So it was easy for us to sort of make that transition because there was no sort of nuances of, does our products fall within this category or does it fall within that category? But in talking to some of my friends, some of them have some really big challenges. Just if you look at the exemptions, it's very confusing. Let's say we'll take for alcohol, for example, right? If it's below 7% alcohol, it's exempt from it's part of this GST holiday. But if it's above 7.5%, it's not exempt. And so this is where the confusion comes: is that some stores and retailers are going to have to be checking each SKU to see where does it fall in the classification. So it's causing lots of extra work for retailers and just anyone that's in the retail space.
In general, as a small business owner, what impact do you think this tax break is going to have for your business personally and just in small business in general?
Yeah, well, definitely, we're hoping that we're going to see an increase in business. I know that, a lot of consumers, everyone's struggling right now. Prices are increasing. Any support that we could get is a added support too as well. So, we're hoping that we're going to see a lift in especially e-com sales too as well. Consumers are going to be saving that 13%. So hopefully they're going to, make a decision that, they'll purchase more products. And especially with our products, we have very long shelf life. So maybe consumers are going to be like, what, I'm going to stock up for the next, few months, let's say, or even longer on some of our Healthy Crunch products. So we're hoping in general that we're going to see a lift in sales.
Okay. Now you're part of the EY Entrepreneurial Winning Women program. Can you talk a little bit about that and what that has done for your business and helped your business?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I was really honored this year to be named one of 4 Canadians and one of 20 women to be nominated and won this prestigious award by EY. So it's the EY Winning Women North America program. And what this program does, it celebrates women entrepreneurs. They really do a deep dive and understand your business, financial, growth opportunities. Where is your business kind of heading? And so every year EY sort of, looks at different women entrepreneurs. And I was really fortunate to be selected. And it's such an amazing program just because EY is such a supporter of women entrepreneurs. They're really trying to close the gap and sort of make those barriers that women entrepreneurs have in business and to try to sort of, eliminate those barriers. And so, they're there to support us, either making connections, just helping us along the way of our journey and seeing how we could kind of get to the next level of our business.
Now, is this being part of the program, has it helped you in this whole process with the tax break?
It definitely will. EY is always saying now, they're there to support us. So I know that, we have been in contact with them about just sort of any challenges. They are such a big supporter. It's really great because they are there as a resource and it's free of charge. There's no sort of cost to sort of our business too as well. So we have EY as a resource to sort of guide us in any questions that we might have too as well. And I know that they are doing seminars and webinars about like just answering any questions. For our business, I know it's very simple because it's sort of, snacks are all exempt. So it's very easy, but I know they are helping out other businesses that might kind of fall in that gray area that might be a challenge for some businesses.
Let's talk a little bit, Julie, about your business. Healthy Crunch. Just tell me a little bit about what it's about.
Excellent. Well, Healthy Crunch. So I started Healthy Crunch 10 years ago. It's our 10-year anniversary this year. So really exciting. My background, I'm a registered dietitian and trained chef. And so when I started Healthy Crunch 10 years ago, my mission was really to get consumers to eat better for you foods. I'm so passionate as a dietitian to promote healthy eating. And as a trained chef, I want everything to taste good. So 10 years ago, we started with our first product line of kale chips. And the goal is really to bridge the gap between healthy and tasty. We know consumers need to eat better, but the number one thing is that if it doesn't taste good, consumers are not going to eat it. And so we're really sort of innovating everyday foods. You name it. We have like chia jams, seed butters, granola bars, confectionery products, baking chips. We have over 120 different products, and everything's lower in sugar. It's more nutrient dense. It has clean ingredients. But the number one thing is it has to taste great. And so that's kind of the mission that we're on, is just trying to get consumers to eat better for you foods, but still making sure that it tastes delicious.
So tell me just, as a small business owner right now in Canada, like, what is it like for you?
As a small business right now, during COVID, we thought it was bad with all the supply chain issues. It's like every month, it's like getting, there's some other challenge that we're coming up, whether, there's more supply chain issues, or right now, I know something that our company is dealing with is that, the cocoa prices are skyrocketing. They've increased like 4 or 5 times the price that we used to buy cocoa, which, all chocolate products these days, anyone that has any chocolate based snacks are, they're suffering right now because margins are very tight. There's limited supply of cocoa, and it's dramatically increasing. And, a lot of times retailers don't want to take price increases. So, our margins are very slim. But, right now we're kind of dealing with a lot of our raw inputs, let's say packaging, raw ingredients, everything's kind of increasing in price. And for us, our goal is really to make healthy eating accessible. And so we need to make it at accessible prices where, everyday consumers can enjoy that. So we're
Mhm.
trying our best to maintain costs, not increase the price to consumers. And that's kind of our mission. And we're trying very hard to sort of maintain our cost.
All right, wonderful. Thanks, Julie, for joining us today.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much for having me. And if you want to find more information about Healthy Crunch, you can go to healthycrunch.com.
All right, wonderful. Thanks. That was Julie Bednarski, founder and CEO of Healthy Crunch. I'm Mario Toneguzzi, managing editor of Canada's podcast. Thanks for joining us today.